Unless you've been holed up in your prepper bunker hiding from the four horsemen of the apocalypse, then you've likely been hearing a lot about UK inflation recently. In this video, I'm going to explain how the UK found itself in this sticky predicament. You see, the last time UK inflation hit double digits, Eye of the Tiger was topping the charts, Conan was a barbarian, and my mum looked like a backup dancer for Wham! So how exactly did we find our way back to the 80s? I'm going to show you how energy, food, the COVID response and a squeezed labour market created the perfect inflationary storm.
Watching Bloomberg and reading the Financial Times, the FTSE's up on the Dow Jones, who knows what that means, but it's only a matter of time before we're paying a quid for a chomp.
Let's begin with energy. Remember those old movies with sabotage plots? Well, reality just gave fiction a run for its money this year. Sabotage of the Russian gas pipelines threw the global energy supplies into chaos. Luckily, the government was on hand to step in with a care package that meant our bills went up by a mere 80% and I only had to burn around half of my furniture this winter. Thanks a lot for that, Jeremy. Next on the agenda, food prices. You've probably noticed paying Waitrose level prices for Iceland quality food lately. You see, lower domestic production and Brexit related import hurdles are pumping up the cost of your weekly shop, potentially undoing all of the good work of Jamie Oliver by forcing us from organic avocados and sourdough bread back onto turkey Twizzlers.
Nice.
And then there's the labour market, which is tighter than Chad's skinny jeans. Brexit fallouts, labour shortages, work from home, trade frictions, they're all in the mix. Inflating wages and service costs. Higher wages might sound like a sweet deal until you realise it's just adding more heat to the inflationary kitchen. But what about my old friend the pound? Well, it's also been taking a nosedive, hitting an all-time low against the US dollar this year. With the bond crisis lurking in the shadows, we could be on a collision course with a currency crisis, a mortgage crisis, and even a banking crisis. But don't worry though, it'll all be fine, probably. You see, the Bank of England's here to help. It's already jacked up interest rates 12 times on the bounce. They're now at 4.5% and predicted to hit 5.5% before the end of the year.
It's the same plan that we used last time, and the 17 times before that.
Exactly! And that is what is so brilliant about it. It will catch the watchful hound totally off guard.
But the question lingers, can interest rate increases really muzzle the inflationary beast? And more importantly, what happens to my 2% fixed rate, zero deposit, interest only, 50-year mortgage on my new build that expires next month? Am I in trouble? As always, we have political fireworks. On one side, we've got the Chancellor, who's all fired up about anti-inflationary measures, even if it means dancing with a potential recession, while the Labour Party is pushing back, criticising these actions for fanning the flames of cosy lives. The only thing they really seem to agree on is that double-digit inflation has absolutely nothing to do with the £450 billion that the Conservative Party printed for COVID, while the Labour Party egged them on from the sidelines. Even economists are divided. Some predict that the flames will simmer down, expecting inflation to settle around 3% by the end of the year. And yet they're the same economists that predicted that it was going to be transitory in the first place. But let's not forget the lingering concerns. Higher rates could ignite some serious heat and potentially scorch the economy. And watch out for those mortgage rates, as borrowers are already feeling the burn. And significant mortgage rate increases are expected when existing fixed rate deals come to an end. So there you have it, a quick sprint through the twisted labyrinth of the UK's current inflationary storm. High energy prices, soaring food costs, a squeezed labour market and falling pound.